right, man. Hey, so we're here with Just Cause. We are down in Pueblo and we're at the protest to remove the Columbus statue here. So this is a fight that's been going on here in the city in Pueblo for a while now, and you know, it's gotten momentum, you know, here with a lot of the activism that's happened I know in Colorado Springs, and I know in Pueblo it's happened a lot too. So one of the people that were actually part of the performance here in Pueblo, we actually got a chance to interview him. So I didn't even get your name or anything yet. We just stopped him in the crowd like, hey,
up on us.
Come talk to us. So
we might remove our masks. Is it okay?
Yeah. How do you
so we can hear?
Yeah.
All right.
And I came down here. I've been to Pueblo many times, but I'm born and raised in Denver.
Oh, okay.
And I came down to support my brothers and sisters in the Chica dancing. My name is Daniel Stang, and I'm from Denver. I'm a Chicano, and I was also Irish from my father. They call me the Leprechauno. You know?
Oh, wow. Yeah, nice.
But,
hey, so yeah,
I've been doing this 27 years. I've been doing danza. I've been protesting Columbus, marches up in Denver.
Right.
You know, we've been having a strong movement to identify the true history. And really, I recently got elected to the school board in the city of Sheridan, District.
Nice.
And I'm working there with our school board to try to redirect our curriculums to teach. We have an 80% Latino population in our school.
Yeah.
And so the kids are really eager to hear more of that truth that they already know.
Right.
Their parents have taught them and they know about it.
Man, that's
so
great.
It's really about, in
That's
that sense,
fantastic, man.
it's a healing power, and it's really a chance for us to start opening our eyes and learn what our teachers didn't teach us,
Right.
because of their own ignorance or their own, following the guidelines. And history changes, like we know Cristobal, Columbus wasn't really his last name, it was Colon, right? Colon.
Yeah.
Right.
Colon.
Colon.
Exactly. That's we need a Cristobal Colonoscopy.
Right.
So and just to because like if you look at some of those histories out, he never even came to America, but the American politicians early they adopted it because of that doctrine of discovery. So it's really about that teaching that doctrine of discovery and teaching people that those policies in the past are what caused all of that destruction. So,
Right. Well, thank you so much, man. And so if you could tell our audience just kind of quickly what got you the performance that we saw. I don't know what it's called. Is it a performance? Is that the right way to
to us it's a dance, it's a ritual dance, it's ceremonial. If you notice, we use the shell. We stand in the four directions.
Yes.
We're really talking about the ancient traditions.
Okay.
Every human being is in a crossroad, and you have the four elements that help you balance. So we're made of the earth is our body, the blood is our water, the air, our breath is the air, and then our spirit is fire. And so we're all. Organically, we're a human being that's grown in the womb of our mother.
Yeah.
From that belly button, we're divided into four quadrants,
Yeah.
And those four elements are what we're honoring. We look to the east, we see the air, that first breath, that's that spirit, Then we go to the west to the water, which is the water is life, meaning Wachoni, the woman side, and then we go to the north, the earth, and we always remember our ancestors, and then we end in the south in the fire, the direction of our future and our children.
Okay.
So it's all about understanding our place in this world and balancing ourselves within our circle, within all the way we dance together in a circle. Because the circle is the universe. The circle represents that reflection of everything that is. All of us individually reflect on each other, as well.
Yeah.
And so in the dance, it teaches us. We do this small little dance. It's called a permiso because we ask permission, and we teach the kids that before you do this before you do this dance, you're gonna do a little permiso to just ask permission to get everybody together, And it's just a little subtle things that teach us that our ancestors taught in order to be respectful of other people. So we never created the egotisms that people that like Christopher Columbus would just come to somebody's home and take their land and just say, this can belong to us now. That kind of was filtered out through our philosophies and and in all indigenous cultures around the world, they had that same respect. So we try to maintain that in our danzas. I've been doing it 27 years from Denver. My teacher, Cuauhtemoc Mosqueda from Mexico City, and I'm under right now the Capitan Raul Chavez from Huitzilopochtli. He's from Mazatlan, Mexico. He's been in Denver since 1970.
Wow,
We've been doing danza, and it's a little modern, because our ancestors, they were prohibited from dancing. They used to cut the hands off the drummers and they destroy our music. So what we used to do is we used to use these armadillo shells. We made little guitars, little mandolins out of them, and we call them conchas. And so the concheros, for 300 years, they saved all the rhythms and the dance steps in the church. And they danced with the church, But then after the independence from Spain, they started to bring back the feathers and bring back the drums and these things. Because the feather, it represents our two-legged brother, the winged, And like the bird can fly in the sky, the human can contemplate the higher dimensions of existence, So we have a connection to the bird. We see them as our brothers.
Wow, man. Hey,
Yeah, this is great.
man,
I'm
thank you
glad
so much.
came
I
to talk to us.
appreciate it.
Yeah, I
And,
appreciate you for all your work. I remember going to Denver back in the 2001 and seeing the dancers, and I was like my early foray into activism. So I appreciate it.
And,
Probably
I was
helped radicalize me.
I was up in the Capitol, West Steps of the Capitol, about a month and a half ago, before they tore down the statue. Right?
Good for Denver.
You can't tell that statue down. And they put me on a CNN. They had a clip of us. Anderson Cooper was talking to this General Allen, retired, and they have just an aerial footage of us, and they're talking about this could be the end of the American experiment. They're kind of scared we're going to take their land back, but really, and when I was young, I was a Chicano. I was really about that. Let's take our land back. But as I really got into the philosophy, did the ceremonies of Sweat Lodge, which I'm going to do tonight. We do the ceremonies in our other things beyond just dance. And they really humble us and they teach us we don't own the land. The land owns us. So we don't take the land. We want to free the land. We don't want to own it. We don't want to take it because it's for everybody. And we want to teach people to live with it, to respect it, and to be a part of it. Because that's the way that our ancestors were able to create this. This world was not like the white man tries to teach that it was a virgin country that these wild savages that just showed up. We cultivated this land. We created all these foods and all of these the riverways and all of the abundance of wealth that was here was from thousands of years of cultivation, bro. You can go to St. Louis, Missouri, and find the Pyramid City. When the white people went there, it was abandoned because Cuauhtémoc in Mexico in 1521, he told the people to abandon the streets and cover the temples. So his word came all the way up there to St. Louis, Missouri, And in 1790, when the first pioneers came there, they found an abandoned city and all the pyramids are covered up.
They always talk in the history books. You're right. The way they talk about it in history books is like, there were just some like tribes or whatever. There's like massive civilizations and nations, complex.
And we didn't war with each other because we would have developed weapons of mass destruction if we were warring with each other. We didn't develop those because we developed peaceful means of sign. We had a universal sign language. You know what I mean? So we had a universal belief in spirituality. You know what I'm saying? So we were connected, and that's one of the lies they continue to perpetrate in history and education, is to say that Native people were a bunch of warring tribes fighting each other before we came. No, man, we weren't.
That's what those folks over there believe.
That's what they believe.
Because they're about struggle.
Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I know we just stopped you, and I'll listen to you all day, man. Thank you so much. This is what makes Just Cause so real, man. We appreciate it. I know we know you're on the ground there, so hey, thanks. We'll let you go, man. Thank you so much. It's good to meet you, brother. Indeed, yeah. Guys, so we found Bree. She's what's the name of your organization?
Well, I'm kind of alone with the main ones who, got together, organized was Movimiento Sigue, for the people of Pueblo, and just, a few people like me who just correlate with everyone.
Right, leaders. Yeah, hey, that's great, man. So thank you so much. I just met her, walked up on her, and she was all the way down for talking to us. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Kind of explain to her what Just Cause was about and what we're about. So all of the activists out there, man, make sure you pay attention to what she says, because they're down here in Pueblo doing the same thing that we're trying to do up there, man. So, the better that we are kind of coordinating and doing the same kind of thing, I think the better off we'll be in fighting this damn.
We're all fighting the same shit. it, man, ended white supremacy and all kinds of
different
oppression.
branches, but it all goes to the same tree and to the same root.
Right. So
Perfect
tell
way
us
of putting
about your protest and about your the event that you organized.
Well, we're out here today, as you can see. We're protesting the bust of Columbus that is erected here in Pueblo. Right now, we're in the Valley of the Beast. Colorado was, I believe, the second state to acknowledge Columbus Day as a national holiday. And we were also, Pueblo was also one of the very first towns in the United States to erect a bust in his honor. You know, they claim that it's to honor the immigrants, especially the Italian immigrants that came here in Pueblo. But they are failing to acknowledge real history and get rid of that biased history. There's other Italians that we could honor that haven't committed crimes against humanity, who are not responsible for genocide, who have not raped women and children. There are other figures that we can honor, if anyone. So, you know, we're not really understanding what the big issue is of removing this bust. We're not wanting to tear it down as much as we would love to see that fucking statue crumble into a million pieces. We are not here to do that. We are here to be united with other activists, with other organizations, to fight and demand the peaceful removal of the bust into one of our museums. A local museum here, El Pueblo History Museum, has already let the public know that they are more than willing to house the statue. So that way both sides of history are illustrated, not just one biased, racist side of history.
I mean, you guys are even being like as reasonable as you can with
Right.
history, right? I mean, we've seen them crumbling across the country,
Yes.
being pulled down, and rightfully so.
And
In my
shout out
mind,
to everyone who,
Yes.
Yeah.
you know, has
and you guys are like,
They
look,
got
all
down.
we're asking is like you put it like you don't glorify it on a pedestal
Exactly.
somewhere, just put it in a museum somewhere. And
exactly.
so,
Yeah.
how has the city responded?
They're being really passive with it. They're really dismissive. You know, we have met with Mayor Nick Gretishar, and at the meeting, he seemed really willing to educate himself. He admitted that he doesn't know much about Columbus aside from what he was taught in school.
1492 and all that.
Right.
Sail
Sail
the ocean blue. So we really appreciated that about him because, you know, unless that person is willing to acknowledge their ignorance, then the door to education remains closed. And so he opened up that door for himself, and he took a lot of notes about the sources we gave him. You know, we told him to read the journals from Bartolomé de las Casas. He was one of the priests who accompanied Columbus.
Yeah.
We urged him to research into intergenerational trauma and trauma healing because the removal of the statue, I keep saying it over and over and over again, is actually a step into trauma healing, not only for we indigenous people, but for Black people and other people of color, as we know that Columbus and his men helped pave the way for the Atlantic slave trade.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so, you know, he seemed to be listening, but now he had a meeting this past Friday with the public, a public hearing, so to speak, and he seemed to completely backpedal any progress he made with us.
Typical.
He's a typical politician. He stated, oh, well, I don't understand, or it's not going to help them removing the statue. It's not going to help the indigenous people. So he pretty much stated that he's not doing or caring to do anything at this moment. And that was really disappointing to hear.
Yeah.
It's typical white man in power who's trying to tell us what is better for us
like
and
this
what's
is
going to
so
help us, instead of just listening to us or trying to tell them how it's going to help us, you know, as a community. I mean, last Sunday, so much violence broke out. So if he can't even see the division it is beginning to cause in his community, the violence is beginning to cause, then, you know, I don't know what more to say besides he's being a shitty ass mayor.
Right.
Because we see mayors across the nation making overnight decisions of,
Totally.
you know,
right.
aiding the people and getting statues torn down. And what the hell is he doing? He's claiming in exact words that he has no power to do this. What did he
They always say that, don't they?
Yeah,
Sean? They're
everybody
like-
says
Yeah.
that. It's somebody
Yeah.
else's job. It's not
Right,
mine.
exactly.
I want to do it, actually. I just can't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He told the leader of El Movimiento Sigue, Rita Martinez, what, do you want me to wave a magic wand over his words? And it's like, yeah, dude,
Yeah.
we the people elected you. You have that power. You have that magic wand to get rid of it.
Right.
Yeah, it's called just a tractor and some chains. That's the
mayor
magic
said,
wand.
like, literally call one of these companies and say, go take that down
Greenpeace,
right now.
I believe, is the one who helped keeps it renovated. So right now we have some members, I could be wrong with the name, forgive me, but we have some members speaking with the people responsible of renovations of the statue and keeping the maintenance of it to see how much that costs in comparison to just, have it get taken down and whatnot.
Right. Maybe use the money for things that these people need in this city instead of paying for this freaking statue. Hey, so I just from my perspective and the Just Cause, I want to say thank you. Thank you for just stepping up and doing it. Again, I told her off camera, I'm sorry that I didn't realize that this has been going on for so long. Like she said, they've been fighting since '92. Yeah. Since '92, man, I was 12 years old, and I may have heard things here and there about it, but I really didn't know, man. So a lot of people have come to me and throughout this Black Lives movement and said, man, dude, I apologize, man. Like there's no excuse for it to have been ignored like this, and for me not to have known that this was affecting your community like this, except for the fact I just didn't pay attention to it and quite honestly didn't care about it. You know what I mean? So anyway, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for everybody who has been going every year. You look like you're too young to be going since '92, but you started it up, man. Like I appreciate it, and I got your back from here, man. I'm gonna do everything I can all the way, and I know that you don't condone this, but I'll come down with a chain and help pull that motherfucker down if it gets down.
Thank you. Like I said,
you might need to get there. Right?
I respect diversity of tactics as an activist. I really do.
Yeah.
I have so much respect for frontline warriors and direct action people. That's something I personally can't do myself. Yeah. But I advocate for youth and warriors to fill those shoes that I can't, and I have mad respect for you guys.
Indeed, likewise.
I think that's good. I respect the fact that you respect that, because that's like, I think us all knowing where our place is and the movement is like what we need. There are some people, there's so many people out here from, oh no, we're good, thank you. From all these different towns that are like doing security, there's people doing medics, there's people doing being the warriors and stuff, and I think that's like so great. But that's what's been so great about over the past month and a half is we've seen, John will be back.
Thank you.
We've seen all of these people and all of these communities realize we're all in the same struggle together, and the level of solidarity that's just emerged at education is an amazing thing. Black Lives Matter coming together with the indigenous struggle and El Movimiento, brown struggle, that's what needs to happen in global working class struggle. Once we all come together and we're all fighting this thing together, like you said, once we're all chopping at that the bottom of the tree, that's when it's actually going to finally come down. It doesn't matter if we pull off a branch here or there, So it's really, I'm feeling more optimistic at this point in history than I've ever felt in my life. I'm old, I've been doing this a while, but this is it's so amazing what's been happening right now, and I also appreciate what you're doing down here.
Indeed. All right, guys. Well, hey, is there anything that you guys need more from us? Obviously, I know that you guys are appreciative of everybody coming down, but seriously, just more than just coming out and standing. Is there petitions or anybody that we can call?
There's petitions going around change.org, and I'm not sure the other one, but if you Google it, Pueblo removal of a Columbus statue, I'm sure you can pull that up. I'm also really urging people to flood Mayor Nick Gradisar's phone lines, to even try to reach out to city council, because every single politician here in Pueblo needs to step up to the plate and stand with us and demand that it be removed, because they have more power in their political position, and that should be their job, is to be the voice of the people.
That's great. I will try and find those links and post them if we can find them for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a good page on Facebook run by one of our local activists, Siavi Stevens, and the Facebook group is Pueblo Activism Exchange.
Okay.
So you can find a lot of helpful resources and information. I know that link to the petition has been posted in there as well.
All right,
cool.
Excellent. Thank
All right,
you
man.
so
Hey,
much.
thank you so much. We'll holler at you. All right, then, I was here last week, and the other side, it was very intimidating. The characteristic of a racist, the characteristic of an oppressor, is to depend on the system in which they rely, right? So now there was a call, and look at us. Everybody's here. It's so huge, and they're not even here, bro. So I think that we need to understand the mentality of these people. They're cowards by nature. They won't come to your face. They won't do it in your face. They won't, I saw you last week, and you're here again, and that guy, he's not here this time, bro. They're not spraying bear mace on anybody this time. Yeah. So, hey. We at the Chinook Center, we want to take roll with you guys. We want to stand in solidarity with you, no matter if we're standing in the street or if we're taking it to the oppressor. We thank you for the opportunity.
All right, hey, what's up, everybody? We're still down here in Pueblo. We're just
It's hot, son.
Yeah, it's very hot. If anybody is from Pueblo that's watching, you guys probably know this.
Yeah,
Maybe
right.
you're used to it, though. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's July, bro. We should expect this shit.
Yeah,
But
totally.
anyway, I'm glad that it's not cold. You know what I'm saying? It's like you get 10 months of fucking freezing your ass off, and then you sweat for 2 months
Yeah,
straight, and then it's
exactly.
like cold. All of a sudden, you out of nowhere until it's gonna snow. Watch.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
probably will, yeah. So we just pulled some folks out of the crowd that we recognize from Colorado Springs.
ta-da!
A lot of folks from all over the state here today. It's great, the level of solidarity
Yeah.
we're seeing here and just like everywhere lately. It's just like incredible. Like it's warming my heart every time I go out. I gotta admit it.
Right, yeah. It's really been dope, especially, you know, whatever, made it happen. But now that it's happening, it feels great to be able to, like, see that, oh, man, they were thinking the same shit we were thinking. But, like, you know what I'm saying? All we had to do was fucking say this shit out loud. So hopefully, like, that continues. And then we got people that are really organizing and doing real shit. So, and, you know, it'll just continue. So anyway, go ahead, John.
Okay, I was just gonna
My
let,
bad.
I was just gonna let you guys.
man. My fault, man.
I swear, we're usually more professional. That's not true.
No, it's not.
You guys just want to introduce yourselves, however you want to do it.
Yeah.
I'm Shaquan from the Springs. Krista from the Springs.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you guys for being down here. So, what brought you guys down here today?
I wanted to come down here because 2013, my closest friend, Cristobal, was killed by police.
Up in the
Yeah,
Springs.
no, actually, he lived in the Springs, but he was killed in Pueblo.
Holy shit, I've never even heard about
I
that.
didn't know that.
Wow.
What was his name? Oh, my goodness,
It was
man.
New Year's Day in 2013.
Wow.
And the police killed him? Son of a bitch, man. I didn't know that.
Mom knew that.
Oh,
We
man,
have
I'm
to
so
like
sorry, man.
look that up.
Yeah.
Say
We
his name
definitely
from
should
now
say his name, for sure, yeah.
January 2013.
Yeah. And Rissa, what about you? What got you going? Same stuff?
Black Cubs.
Oh, okay.
That's my
Indeed.
biggest
Yeah.
initiative to start out here. I'm Latina, so the brown pride movement, the fact that it's partnered touches my heart. I'm not sure of that. And then especially coming down from Pueblo, we've seen their community, the indigenous community, come out and support us and
Right.
take a stand with us. And I think it's important to like reciprocate that respect and be out here to support them and their movement. And it doesn't only affect them, but it affects us all. as a community.
Right, yeah. So are you guys are both from the Springs?
Yeah.
Where school y'all go to? Yeah.
I went to Boston for like a couple months and I switched to Boston.
Oh, okay, so Palmer.
I got kicked out of Palmer.
I got kicked out of Boston, so.
So yeah, I went to Austin for a while.
Okay.
And then I went online.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, man. So y'all know I went to Harrison, but I was like, I'm 40 years old, so I'm like, I know that's what everybody say, man. No, it's all in the water, man. It's in the water.
Trying to butter you up. You gotta come in. Nobody can see you,
Yeah, oh,
Sean.
my
You gotta
bad.
stand in a little bit.
Yeah. So anyway, so you know, the thing about me is, you know, in the Springs, it's activism is kind of like here and there shoddy, you know what I'm saying? And you don't really see people from like our side of town and where we came from and the things that we came from doing the things that we're doing. And so you know, whenever we get a chance to talk to each other, this show that we do is really just to kind of galvanize activists and kind of let other activists know what other activists are doing and introduce ourselves to each other. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of, the Chinook Center is another thing that you know. Well, this is an arm of the Chinook Center, but anyway. What I want to say is congratulations and thank you guys so much for adding to the fight and adding to the pressure that we're putting on the police and whatnot. And I wanted to know, like, kind of what from here moving forward, what are you guys planning on doing? If you guys need any help or, like, you know, are you guys organizing on a certain specific topic in general, or, you know, whatever? What are you guys doing?
You know, for me, like, this fight has to do with movement. Like, I have 5 kids of color also.
Yeah.
So, and 2 of them are boys. So I know that, like, things will change in their life, especially as
Right.
celebrating.
Yeah.
For absolutely no reason. So, at this point, like, I'm willing to support anyone that support the movement. We are planning a certain event, but we don't want to be, like, leaders. We want to be, like, I live in K-Land.
Yeah.
K-Land has so much food. That's where Chris lived. That's where Von Bailey got the shot. Like, that community needs to know that they have support. So my biggest thing is, even with that march other day, yesterday, that community that they can come to. So like my thing is to show that community that they have our support. Because I think once they know that like people are backing it, they're gonna be more willing to go out and be a part of stuff.
Yeah.
But people also have to realize that like the they get the like city council meetings and all that, that community is so much deeper. So like they're gonna show that. So they need to know regardless of how they themselves put out that hurt.
We believe in the power of prayer.
I agree with you. You know, so many times I repeat every time that, hey, you guys, we're talking about these people and talking about what they need, and we're not there. And no, I mean, well, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? We're at Chinooksy, we're there, but you're not there, dude. You know what I'm saying? And it goes to show when people, you just organize an event in the middle of somebody's neighborhood. I don't know, man. Like, it's great. I think it was fantastic. Right? Yeah. You know, exactly. You don't get the backing and like the real power of community.
The way they could have gone about it could have been 10 times more successful if they had chosen to go the right route.
Yeah.
And, you know, first, like, I think they should have got the people from the sun is shining. We got a little breeze coming down. That's sacred. And the whole aspect that is talked about a lot are different types of
Sells the shirts that say Nazi.
Oh no! I wish I did.
I have shirts too.
Yeah, we don't know them though.
Okay.
Yeah. Say, just call.
That's what you do when you're out in the streets, I guess. That's what happens. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
No, sometimes like something that's not talked about or touched really is with like pure fear. You know, we want to say like, oh, we're actually we're out here, and then people have something to say, but you're not out here. And it's like we need to understand that there is pure fear of even being out there. You know what I mean? Exposing themselves, their families, because even like there's risks that are being taken, and if your name gets popped out there, that's not like about you, that's about everybody you know and your relationship.
Right.
So I think that's a big thing about the lack of community coming out is that when we're talking about these communities where the main pain and the main struggle is coming from, and we don't give that respect or that support, then how are they supposed to even come out their doors when they're already afraid to come out their doors to begin with?
Right. Yeah. I agree with that. You know, and the way that they handle, I'm not sure how they went about it or what, who they talked to or didn't. I just know that when you go and you see that the community's not there, there's a reason for that. And now it's happened to our things that we planned too, where we thought that we were all the way in, and the people just didn't come. You know what I'm saying? It's for those reasons. Like, man, they're not feeling that shit. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe today they are, and it's cool. Who cares? Something that Sam brought up yesterday in a conversation that we had was that you don't bring a rape victim. You don't bring the rapist to them to talk to them and
like
console,
on a panel or
like to kind of talk to them about what's happening. We were talking about bringing cops on a panel, but the same kind of thing. Like you don't want to keep talking about this shit right in the same spot that Devon got killed, and they don't want to see that shit. You know what I mean? So anyway, yeah,
lack
man.
of respect, like if you're gonna try to have like a moment of silence at his memorial or something at his like memorial site, and then you don't involve the family or the parents that are up the street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a blatant disrespect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How would you feel if someone's trying to hold something in your child's name and ain't nobody even talk to you?
Right. Yeah. I agree.
And I can kind of piggyback off what you said with the respect and the fear, and like with that event, within that, to know that certain names that have been released are people that live in that community, and those people don't have people back then. So if we already are out there, those people are already out there doing this, and they don't have the help, then why would more people get out?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like when people's names are being released, it's not like a risk to you, but everyone that you have relations with.
Right.
Isn't that one guy's group or whatever?
Yeah, exactly.
We're talking about such small communities.
Right.
Like we're talking here in Pueblo, we're seeing the same faces from Spring, Spring, we see the same faces from Pueblo or from
Yeah.
Denver. I mean, we all come out to support each other. So,
Right.
it's a very small town, especially like we're talking about, we're native, we're from here. So,
Everybody.
know everybody, right.
We all know that,
Yeah.
and it's a problem,
Especially now.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
Hey man, so I would say that for anybody is like whatever, just kind of think about that, because there are a lot of people organizing. There are a lot of people just like you that have things invested in and really feel something about it. So that's why you got to come out and meet these people and say, hey, what's your name is? You know what I'm saying? Where do you work? Or whatever, and just kind of figure it out so that you can see where you fit in to help push this thing forward in the same direction that you're trying to do it. Because I don't think that, it wouldn't be accepted if they weren't going in the right direction, right? Like we be in their face, right? So, just kind of like meld yourself into it, man. And that's a good point. And, hey, Chinook Center will do that for you, man.
Right.
Chinook Center
And
will do
there's like the thing that we may not all agree on how to do everything or everything in general,
Yeah.
but we all have the main goal. And so even if this organization doesn't necessarily agree with this organization, we can still support each other without having
The places we overlap,
Yeah,
right?
Right,
exactly.
and where we
or have that conversation. Why don't you agree? Let's talk about it. Let's come to some meeting.
The Chinook Center. You guys should come to the Chinook Center.
I definitely need to.
We need a building.
Yeah. It's going to be in K-Land, too.
Yeah, we're looking at a building.
And I think
Yeah.
that's
Speak it
something
into
too
existence.
within the community, and that's something that we're working on, like behind the scenes, is stuff within our community.
Yeah.
Because you have to build that rapport. So like there's like the Hillside Community Center, like even within that neighborhood. So if people were to be more interested in doing stuff to build that community up, because that community has a lot of heart. Like they don't have a lot of resources, but that is a community. Like everybody sticks
Hillside's
together.
very much,
Yeah, they put a lot of
Same with the K, like everyone sticks together. So
Oh,
when
yeah.
you need something, everybody's there. So like if we can bring in more resources and things to help them
To do what they do already.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if you see like on the weekends, we go play baseball. We don't have a baseball team or anything like that in that neighborhood, but people are already doing it. Just
Yeah.
because that's how it is. That's the community that's there. So we can bring supporting each other instead of having to be the face of something and you can just support it.
Right.
And imagine how far we can go.
Well, and that's what real organizing is. I think that's a good distinction between activism and organizing. Like, if you've ever done workplace organizing or something like this, you can't just come from the outside and be like, we're going to organize your workplace.
Yeah.
And you can't do that for community organizing either. You have to really work. Exactly. You have to sort of like work with the community. It's even better if you are a part of the community.
Yeah.
Like, really, like, organizing is really understanding what other people want and need and what their desires are, right? Not just like going in and being like, I mean, I'm all about being like, fuck the police, but also like
Yeah,
feeling
but
like
at the
what they
same
need.
time, these communities, we say fuck the police, but at the same time, most of the majority of the calls on those communities are coming from that community. And so we're saying fuck the police and, all the police and stuff like that, but no one's really putting in the replacement because,
That's
I mean,
what's happening.
even today, we experienced where there was a call and we're out here watching because it should have been a mental health response call. And the first people to show up was two officers ready. Ready for the
And it was for a minor. So
And
like
she's
that
right.
already was not.
Yeah,
Y'all
and
were
that's
there.
not, and we witnessed it from the beginning to the end, you know what I mean? And like, and the way it should have been handled, we can work on it as a community, you know what I mean? To open those conversations and open those eyes and see the different perspectives that people have, like the different needs, because it's not a one size fits all.
I agree.
That comes more like people need to care about the people. Like if we started that more, like I like this one right there, I don't know her.
Yeah.
She needs something, guess what? She's a person. I'm gonna be there to care.
Yeah.
If more people did that and not like, oh, well, you have on whatever, I don't like her, I'm gonna help her like that. Kind of stuff, like just everyone needs to come together as a community.
Yeah, really serve people's needs. And that's where, like, we can say as the police are, what are you doing to the people who are calling their name?
Yeah, you got to be helping out the root.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
exactly.
gotta attack
You
them.
can say all this, but if you're not doing anything to support it or to put something in place to help the people that still need it, then you're just making noise.
Right. And and I think that to lead to another point that I see a lot is that getting to the point of it, right? So if we take care of those small issues or the issues that the person had when they call, the scare tactics that the system has for when you hear the defund the police. I was listening to YouTube the other day. It was like gangbang music too, and one of the commercials came up, and it was just a 911 call, and it said, "Man, sorry, we can't answer your call because we've been defunded."
Oh, yeah,
And it was the end of the commercial. And I was like, what the hell was that? So like they're scaring people with thinking they're not gonna be able to get a cop when they answer. So us saying no, actually you can, and this is what you do, and this is how you do it when it happens. It'll quell all of that shit, and it'll beat them at their game.
They're saying like, well, you don't want to call the cops on your son having a mental health breakdown, you know, like you're on your neighbor having a mental health breakdown.
Right, yeah.
Like, I can't remember her name last year that was killed because it was a wellness check.
Last year?
Yeah, it was last year. Somebody called like, hey, I don't know if my neighbor's okay, so the cops showed up.
And they killed her. Yeah. Oh shit, I don't remember her name. I know what you're talking about.
That shouldn't be happening. We should be like, we should know our neighbors, and we should like if my neighbor, like, actually I texted my neighbor the other day, so she's out of town, I'm like, do you still need me to water your flowers? But like, we should all be able to text our neighbors if we're worried about them, right? Not call the police.
Right. Yeah. Hey, well, guys, I appreciate you guys. It's hot as hell. We all over here bunched up and shit. So hopefully we might get another chance to do something together and be able to record something on some direct actions here in the future, especially in K-Land, and get it cracking on. So,
and I hate to break it to you guys, but you guys are already leaders, even if we know what.
Yeah, man.
Everybody keeps saying that, and I keep going. I'm leading you to me. If you want to come with me,
hey, that's what people follow, man. That's what people follow.
A real leader is like the ocean; the rivers flow into it.
Right, exactly. That's what happens, man. And nobody wants to get behind the person that's la. The one that doesn't want to lead is always going to be the leader. So yeah.
Well, that's like
thank you guys so much, man.
With leadership, you don't have to be famous. Like, you don't always have to. Like, you guys right now, like, this is yours. Like, you brought two other faces. Like, as long as everybody's still there with the same purpose and not, I want to be seen.
Yeah, indeed. All right, man. Hey, appreciate it. Just call. We'll be back, man. We got a couple more interviews we're trying to get, man. We're here all day. It's hot as.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're here with FTP Pueblo, right?
Correct.
And that could be whatever we want to make of that.
Yeah, well, it's for the people, yes. For the people,
For the
Pueblo.
people. Oh, okay.
Fuck the police, whatever.
Right, yeah. And fuck the police, too. Yeah, man. So hey, thanks for being here with us, man. This is what FTP. He's one of the main organizers here. We've been in contact with him here with the Chinook Center, and we kind of wanted to just talk to you, man. So we were here last week, and we noticed that there was a lot of white supremacists. There was the 3%ers had a huge presence. It looked like the Sons of Silence had a huge presence here, and there was a call to the people, man. And it looks like everybody here, the busloads of Antifa showed up.
Finally showed up.
Yeah, the busloads of Antifa are here. So,
chainsaws,
right? And it's just mayhem, man. It's like there's no peace at all, man. It's just ridiculous the amount of disorder that they're causing, man. But anyway, I'm being facetious, man. It's fucking outstanding. All of everybody here is doing a great job for each other. This cold water, man. The guy, I wish I could turn the camera. This guy's bringing ice, buckets and buckets of ice, man.
He's using his shield to carry ice.
Yeah, so everybody's acting in solidarity, man. So it's like a good feeling. I didn't bring my son this time because last week it kind of almost went down, but I really wish that I would have brought him to this because it's a great showing of community, man. So yeah, anyway, I'll get to talking, man. Let me know what you think, man. How do you feel about it?
This week's a lot better than last week. The main reason why we have better opposition is the fact that, white supremacists showed up last week. And we heard people call out, tons of everyone from outside of Pueblo, Denver, outside of Colorado. They're all coming solidarity with us. You haven't seen the opposition side, but they have 5.
Yeah, there's no one there.
It's really strong.
But the reason why they didn't show up is for 2 reasons. One, they saw how big our outlook was last week. Then they got outed as white supremacists. Their photos were posted all over the internet. It's going down. Our website posts about activism. They pointed the Proud Boys out. But they're not here today. They've been doxxed.
The sad boys?
The sad boys,
yeah. Yeah, no Piss Boys aren't. The Sons of Silence, they were here, and they were basically invited by the Proud Boys and a group called the Coloradoans for Columbus Day. They invited a group called something, knowing that they were white supremacists. So that got a lot of people interested, and countless internet rumors. So Bernie tells us that the Mongols are coming.
The Mongrel motorcycle club.
Yeah, motorcycle club. So I think that's getting them away too. So, but yeah.
bigger turnout. Much bigger. I'm less anxious now because all these people are just signing up together.
Yeah.
There was one confrontation, but we got to handle it quick.
That was great. I mean,
It was fast and quick. I don't even know what, like, you know, it's just, it's amazing to me that there's even opposition to this, but what it is like, what I noticed was when they thought that they were in the position of being an intimidator, that they were playing that role very well. You know, it was like big and tough. And, you know, when they realized that, hey, man, these guys are going to come back and it's not going to be that way next time, they didn't even show up. You know, and it probably wouldn't, I don't know what would have happened. It might not even been any violence or whatnot, but not to even have the persistence to continue your oppression is kind of, I don't know, it's insightful when you think about it. When you, the people that are on that other side, they're really not, they don't have the heart in it, and they don't have the oomph that we got. So, you know, we really got to flex it when every time that we come out, because it'll put them into submission, man. It really will.
I mean, we're winning, I feel like, right now,
Right.
to be perfectly honest.
Yes, definitely are, and I'm proud of that. You know, when we first started this thing, it was just 10 people with a sign.
I feel
You know, 10 people, then became around 15, and then became, you know, our third demonstration was the biggest one. Well, wasn't big, this is the biggest one.
Yeah.
Third, but that's when all that chaos took effect.
Right,
And then these people showed up, and we have a medic tent.
Yeah,
I
we're
was
sitting right
amazed
next to
by
the
that.
medic tent, They're really, we were just commenting off air, like, they got their shit together, man. Everything, you know, they're patrolling the whole area, making sure things are staying kosher. Inside the area right here just feels safe, man. Everything is good, man. So, you know, I'm really appreciative of the organization.
It's a vision of the world without the police.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness. Yeah,
it's like
they're not.
the community is taking care of ourselves right here. It's like, it is like almost a little autonomous zone, you know?
Right,
It's,
yeah.
It's paths.
You can see it happening. Yeah, you can see paths happening. Yeah, man, right here. But anyway, man, is there anything that you want to let the crowd know? You know, the Just Cause is it is just for Colorado Springs. That's the name of the show. But it's geared toward organizers and making sure that the organizers talk to other organizers and hearing things. So, you being an organizer, what would you like to talk to tell the other people that are watching and listening?
Well, For the People is a mass-based organization. Find out what your community needs, find out how you can make it better, and then put it into effect. This is case in point of what our community had a need. We worked hard and it's getting stronger. If you wish to show up, it is again weekly, every Sunday, 12 to 4, until the statue is down, either legally or not.
And it will come down. I have no doubt about it.
Yeah, I believe
Pueblo doesn't want to see this every week. The people, you know, the Pueblo Autonomous Zone is going to freak them out.
Right, yeah. They're definitely, the businesses, once everything, they're trying to get back in swing, they're not going to want this stuff like this. So, yeah, man, we got to keep it up. Hey, man, appreciate it, man.
Of course,
man.
man.
Let's keep it going.
From the struggle.
Yeah, man, get hot.